Hello, everyone. Whew, okay, we're going to try something new today. um, I have a new camera, um, and we'll see if that helps with all of the technical issues that we've been having. Uh, and I know Mercury's gone direct, although we're still in the shadow of it. But hopefully that'll help. And I talked to AT&T today about they're putting fiber optics into the buildings, so maybe that will help when we can get that going too. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll do okay today. And if not, we'll go from there, right? All right. So, I hope everyone is doing well this morning. I know we keep talking, I think every Monday for the last, like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, the last 3 years, we've been talking about how rocky the Schumann's has been. And so, good morning, Julie. Oh, it's so good to see you. Um, yeah, so the Schumann's has just been rocking and rolling. And it's still rocking and rolling. Although I have to tell you, I think I finally have gotten over that hump where I am feeling much better today and not feeling so beat up. I think that's the best word we can say right now, right? Although, again, Mercury's gone direct, so that's helpful. The full moon has come and gone. That was a lot. So, hopefully, you are feeling a little more stable and grounded in things as well. All right. So, I kept going over all the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today, and there were so many. And then on my way in, good morning, Diane. Um, Spirit's like, here, this is what you need to talk about, and I went, okay. So I think it was this week or last week. I came across a reel, and the guy was talking about glimmers, and he was like, "Oh my goodness." Aw. He was talking about what a glimmer is, and if you've ever heard of one, and I'm like, I haven't heard of one. I like that. And so a glimmer is the opposite of a trigger, right? Triggers are what make us feel gunky and yucky, and trigger the anger or the sadness or the hurt or the pain or whatever those are. A glimmer does the exact opposite. They make us feel good. They make us laugh. They make us kind of raise our vibration. And so as I was driving in this morning, going back and forth about what I wanted to talk about, because glimmers was one of those things, I'm sitting at a light, and this big semi turns the corner, and he's got this great big huge flat bed that's completely empty, except for this great big huge um, rubber ducky that he's got strapped down to the back. And it just made me giggle, and I'm like, okay, that's my glimmer for this morning. That's what we need to talk about. And I wish I could have gotten a picture of it, because it just tickled me so much. Even thinking about it, still making me giggle, right? And so a glimmer, that's what a glimmer does. A glimmer makes us happy. Um, yeah, and it was a huge flat bed. I mean, like, not just a little one. It was one of those great big huge ones with this big rubber duck, like a big, not like huge, but one of those bigger rubber duckies on it. Anyway, so, and I had been thinking about glimmers, or looking for glimmers since I saw this reel. I did post it somewhere along the line. So I think it's on the tribe, the Trinity tribe group. So, so a lot of my glimmers I've been trying to keep them kind of smaller. One of my favorite things is when I get up early and the sun is just coming up and there's still dew on the tips and like just that little dot of dew, and the sun comes through and hits it, and it shines the light through it. So that's been one of my big glimmers, or a small big glimmer. It makes me happy. It makes me smile and makes me just go, the blue skies. We've had these beautiful blue skies the last couple of days with the big white puffy clouds. I think it's more the big white puffy clouds, but blue skies and white puffy clouds are definitely a glimmer for me too. Being able to do this work, seeing your beautiful faces on the comments or those kinds of things, just, it makes your heart feel good. And I think just in life, right, our brains have been so wired to find triggers, to find the ugliness, to find those heavy things. And not that we all do that, not that we do it all the time, but those are the things that we zero in on, right? So to be able to find the glimmers, to find the things that make you happy, is just amazing for rewiring the brain. So we can start looking for those things instead of the heaviness. So as you go through your day, please, please, please find those glimmers. Pay attention to the glimmers, because sometimes we're like, oh yeah, that's nice, and then we go on our day and we don't really stop. Where sometimes we can go down a whole rabbit hole with triggers, right? And we can be there for a long time. Now, hopefully this rubber ducky on the back of a truck will help, keep me going for a while. Because it really did tickle me, and I never got caught up to the truck enough to be able to take a picture of it. But yeah. So find those triggers, find the thing, or not the triggers. Of course we want to look at triggers, but when we're going through all this heavy energy anyways, let's look for things that make us happy. It could be, those, a text that comes through from a friend, or rubber duckies, or the dragonflies are out, so that's been lovely, or in the evening, the last couple of evenings, the bugs and the frogs those night sounds have been really loud, which has just been so lovely. And the full moon has been gorgeous, even though she's brought a lot of this tumultuous energy, but things are calming down. But she was really beautiful out there, and we have a lot of great things coming up in the skies. I won't bore you with all of those right now, but there are really a lot of great things, so keep your eyes to the sky. And it helps too when we look up. It helps us, right? Because we're looking up, we're feeling better. What happens when we're like deep in thought, or we're feeling uggy, we look down, we're watching every step we're taking. So do those things that make you feel good. All right. Oh, yeah, so they're talking about the birds and how the birds sing. That makes us feel good too, and I've talked a little bit about this, but when the birds are singing, that's something that's in our DNA, that's wired hard in our DNA, because when the birds are singing, life is good. There's no predators around. Things are going pretty well. The birds are happy, and if they can see from their higher perspective that things are all clear, then we're good. So it's funny how those things get wired in our DNA and we never think about them. We always give my dad a hard time because he's always talking about his birds in the backyard, and now we know why. All right, so on that note, we've got our stick, and somewhere there we go. So if you have any of those heavy leftover energies, just blow them into that stick. If you've had any triggers that you're done with, you're over, let's blow those into the stick. Whatever you don't need anymore. So breathe it in And blow it into the stick. And again, breathe in and blow it into the stick. And one more time. Good. All right, we'll put that in the fire. My candle's getting a little low. We're going to have to get a new one. All right, so let's let all of those old energies, all those heavy energies be transmuted, transformed by the fire. And you can bring in that new, yummy, lovely energy wherever you may need it. Make sure to bring it in those lower chakras too. I know we spend so much time on these chakras, but our lower chakras need love too. All right. Take in anything you need. Maybe even just take that energy and swirl it around you, helping to clear any heaviness. And if you can think of a glimmer, one of those things that's maybe made you happy in the last couple of days, this morning, whenever, throw it in the comments. And let us enjoy your glimmers as well, because sometimes we forget, and sometimes it's hard to remember to look for those. Always here in Northwest Indiana, there's things to look at, but there's no mountains, no oceans, no things like that. So sometimes we get caught up in all of the buildings and cars and pollution and stuff. So see what you can find that makes you happy. All right. So let's work on one of the other things that helps us. Seeing your smiling face is one of my glimmers too, Julie. Thank you. You're so sweet. So part of that too is that we get caught up in the fight or flight. I had an amazing event that I got to be part of yesterday, and that was one of the things we were talking about. And then something we were talking about in the shaman class too is the fight or flight. And we have these big beautiful brains that help us do a great many things, and sometimes they also help us get stuck in things and those triggers and those heavier things. So let's think about getting out of that fight or flight. When I was doing classes with Alberto, he told the story about how one time, I think he was in Africa, and he's on the safari tour thing, and there's a little gazelle, baby gazelle, and all of a sudden, I can't remember if it was a lioness or a tiger, a predator a big predator was chasing it. And it's running and it's running and it runs towards the water and it's splashing in the water, and so it attracts the crocodile's attention. So now it's not only running from the big cat, it's got the crocodile. And somehow this thing was able to make it, and he got to safety. And big cat must have given up, and he was too far from the water, so the crocodile gave up. And he knows that he's safe. He gets this little wiggle in its nose, and then the whole body shakes. Turned off fight or flight. And Alberto was talking about how he was like in the big truck, and he's like, oh my God, I need to go back to the bar and have a drink because his adrenaline was going, and he couldn't turn off the fight or flight that easily. And so, um, yeah. And we don't have that run and get out of danger. So we use all that adrenaline. We have stress from school, work, kids, those kinds of things, and our brains love to keep repeating those things, which then keeps us in fight or flight. So important to consciously think about those, about turning that off the best that you can. And when the brain starts going, or you see the triggers, coming back to the glimmers is a way that can help bring that back in. But another way is to put your left hand on your heart and just feel your heartbeat. I'm sorry, I don't know if you just heard that big truck that went by that just like rattled everything. Thank you, I couldn't have asked for that at a better time. So, okay, shaking things up, right? So, left hand on your heart, feeling your heartbeat. And even if you can't feel your heart, don't get caught up in that, because we're going to come back into that. Just imagining connecting with your heart. That's what it's about. And remember, the heart chakra is all about that universal love, aka unconditional love. I won't go into unconditional love, but I like to think of more of universal love, divine love. And then your right hand goes on that your second chakra, or the sacral. Yeah, say that 3 times fast. And think about that universal love energy flowing from your left hand, because remember, left hands are typically receiving. If you do it the other way, it's okay, intention, but typically left hand is receiving. So it receives that heart energy and allows it to flow down your arm, up your shoulders, across, and then down and around and into that second chakra, the sacral. Sacral's where we hold all of those emotions, right? And for us ladies, that's our womb. Men do have that womb space as well. We don't want to cut you out of that. But just allow that energy to flow. And sometimes I'll actually feel that little like click. Or imagine like a light switch turning it off. Breathing into it, slowing the breath way down. And making sure you breathe into the belly. Good. Maybe allow your shoulders to fall away from your ears. And even as I'm sitting here, just sitting with this beautiful heart energy, my brain keeps popping in that little, the big rubber ducky. And I just keep getting these, like the heart energy actually comes up just a little bit more, and I can feel it a little bit stronger. And when we can turn off that fight or flight, we can come into this relaxed state. We can digest our food better. We can restore our bodies better. The cortisol stops flowing so much. Our heart rates slow down. And if you find that the brain is trying to bring up those triggers instead, you can tell it to shush. You can give it a name and tell it it's not helpful. Right? Or even just bring your attention all the way down to your feet. And let that go. And now you can keep your hands, if you felt that click or you have felt that shift in energy, as another big truck goes by and rattles everything. Thank you for that energy shift, big truck. If you want to keep your hands here, you're perfectly welcome to. If you would like to bring your hands into your laps, that's okay too. Whatever works for you. But stay in this relaxed state. Allowing the breath to come in and flow out again. And if it feels good to exhale with a sigh, by all means, just breathe in all the good, yummy energy that's around you. And exhaling and letting go with that sigh. And allow the muscles in the neck to relax. Give your neck permission to let go of all the stress or the tension you may be holding on to there. Again, see if your shoulders have started creeping up towards your ears again, or if they can drop back even further, drop down away even more. Checking in with your arms. Are they nice and relaxed? Or are they holding tension? And if they're holding tension, just shake them out. Shake your hands out if they're tense. If you're holding on to a lot, it's okay to let go for right now. If you want to pick it up when we're done, by all means. I suggest leaving it where it is, though. Are you breathing down into your belly? Are you breathing into your chest? If you're breathing into your chest, bring it down to the belly. When we breathe in those shallow breaths into our chest, that triggers fight or flight. We bring them down into our bellies, we stimulate the vagus nerve, which helps to activate the rest and digest. How's your back? Is it stiff? Is it feeling good? Does it help if you lean back and support it? Do you need to move or shimmy a little bit? How about your legs? Are you holding tension in those? calves. Are they tense or are they soft? Your ankles. Maybe rotate your ankles a couple of times if you can. Give them permission to release and let go of any tension, any stress. How about those feet? Have you thanked your feet today for all the things that they have helped you to do, whether today, this weekend, over your lifetime? For all those steps, all the dances. If you're a runner, all the support that they give you. Good. And allow that energy, those roots, to flow into Mother Earth. Feeling connected, feeling grounded. Good. And just take note of how you feel right now. You know, we've talked before about how having these moments, if we can get in that space of peace and calm, love and joy, then we can use those beautiful big brains of ours to help bring back those memories too. Because again, our bodies don't know if we're in those states or not physically. Our brain goes, ooh, we feel good. That was a nice memory. And our body goes, okay, we like that. So look for those glimmers today. Keep checking in with yourself. Keep checking in with the shoulders if they're starting to creep up. Check in with the back, stretch it, move it. Give your feet some love, because they're important too. And just keep breathing in the love, the light, the gratitude. Yeah, the duck's just gonna last me a while. It just tickled me so much. Send this good, yummy energy out to the rest of your day. Send it out in tomorrow and the rest of your week. Bring those hands to your heart one more time. Thank you, heart, for all that you do. And breathe in and out. So, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. Go outside, get your feet on the earth, hug a tree. There's science behind it. Drink your water, stay hydrated. Find your glimmers. All right, so much love and gratitude to each one of you. And we will see you next time.